So, welcome to episode 9 of my conversation with Cancer. Cancer came today and said, now we wait. I said, wait for what? Because if this is another one of your dramatic suspense episodes, I am definitely not subscribing. Cancer said, you will wait for results, you will wait for appointments, you wait for doctors, you wait to know what happens next. I said, aha. So you're not only a disease, you're now a very poor event planner. Cancer said, waiting will make you anxious. I said, maybe. But waiting does not mean I must hand you my entire piece while we are standing in a queue, right? And here's the real problem. Cancer comes with a lot of waiting. Waiting for blood results, waiting for scans, waiting for treatment decisions, waiting for medication approvals, waiting to know if the body is responding, waiting to know what the next step would be. And that waiting can be exhausting because your entire life feels suspended. You are not fully in the past, not fully in the future. And the present starts behaving like a waiting room with uncomfortable chairs. People may say, just don't think about it. Please, if just don't think about it worked, half of humanity would be emotionally unemployed. The problem is that waiting gives the mind too much space to invent stories. One delay becomes a disaster. One unanswered question becomes a full documentary. One appointment becomes a battlefield before it even happens. One possible solution to all of this is to separate waiting from worrying. So, waiting is something we may have to do. Worrying is something we can learn to interrupt. Not always perfectly, not always easily. Is it raining? But intentionally. So for me, when I'm waiting, I try to give my mind something concrete to hold. I write, I plan, I watch something, I answer a message, I go for a walk if my body allows it. I do one normal thing that reminds me I am still living, not just waiting. Because cancer loves making everything feel like a pause button. But I'm not a paused human being. Even while waiting, I can still laugh, I can still think, I can still love, I can still do one small useful thing. I can still be present in today, even if tomorrow has not explained itself yet. This is challenging my challenges. And today, the challenge is waiting without letting your mind turn the unknown into a punishment. But maybe your challenge is not cancer. Maybe you are waiting for a decision, a job, a result, an apology, a breakthrough, a healing, or even clarity about your next step. Today, do not let the waiting room become your whole life. Do one real thing today, one small thing that belongs to the present. Because waiting may be part of the process, but it does not deserve to become your identity.